They thought breaking me would end me. They thought leaving me behind would shatter my spirit. But they didn't understand what betrayal creates. It doesn't weaken a real one. It sharpens him. It strips away illusion. It burns down everything that was built on lies. And from those ashes, something ruthless rises. I didn't ask for revenge. I built myself, so no one would ever get the chance again. They didn't kill me. They woke me up. Betrayal didn't end me. It introduced me to who I really am. Every lie they told became a brick in my fortress. Every time they laughed behind my back, I carved their words into my bones. And now I move differently. I don't wait for apologies. I don't hope for closure. I don't flinch when someone leaves. I watch them go and lock the door behind them. I used to break when people betrayed me. Now I break my limits instead. The worst day of my life didn't destroy me. It refined me. I learned that loyalty is a currency, too expensive for cheap people. I learned that love can be a weapon when it's in the hands of someone dishonest. And I learned that sometimes you have to lose everything just to find yourself. I sat in silence while they lied to my face. I swallowed my pain so deep it burned my soul. But I didn't fold. I didn't collapse. I transformed. They didn't know they were helping me build a monster. Not the kind that destroys the world, the kind that rebuilds his own, stronger, smarter, colder, more focused than ever. I stopped waiting for anyone to save me. I became my own rescue, my own revolution, my own revenge. Every scar I carry isn't a reminder of pain. It's a receipt, a proof that I paid the price and still survived. I don't hate them anymore. That's too weak. I pity them. Because while they were busy trying to tear me down, I was quietly becoming everything they're afraid of. I'm not the same person they betrayed. I'm the product of that betrayal. I'm the result of everything they did wrong, and I'll never let them forget that. I don't want apologies. I want distance. I don't want closure. I want focus. I don't want reconciliation. I want relentless growth. I turned every "I'm sorry I never got into discipline" into determination, into drive. I don't need revenge. When my success screams louder than their excuses, the people who hurt you won't heal you, the people who left you won't return with love, and the people who betrayed you won't suddenly grow integrity. Stop waiting, stop hoping, get up, move forward, build, burn down. Whatever's holding you back, reconstruct yourself from the foundation up. They wanted you weak. Show them power. They wanted you quiet. Show them roar. I don't trust easily anymore. Not because I'm broken, but because I'm wise. I've seen smiles that hid knives. I've heard promises that were just delays to betrayal. I don't confuse kindness for loyalty now. I watch actions. I measure patterns. I don't give second chances to people who use the first one to destroy me. I didn't change because I wanted to. I changed because they forced me to. I was too open, too honest, too available. They took advantage of that, so I took it back. I took back my time, my focus, my energy. I don't chase people anymore. I chase purpose. I don't beg for love. I build legacy. I don't explain myself. I execute in silence. Betrayal made me bulletproof, not just emotionally, mentally, spiritually, strategically. I move like a ghost with a mission. I don't announce. I don't warn. I don't wait. I just build. I just rise. I just dominate. Every step I take is calculated. Every move I make is fueled by what they thought would break me. I don't just survive anymore. That's the bare minimum. I outgrow. I outlast. I outwork. While they're talking, I'm building. While they're laughing, I'm lifting. While they're doubting, I'm delivering. I don't need their applause. Their silence is louder. Their confusion is satisfaction. Their guilt is my trophy. This is what betrayal built. Not a victim, not a survivor, but a savage, a quiet, relentless, unstoppable force that doesn't need validation to destroy expectations. They didn't just lose me. They created the very thing they now fear. They thought they were ending me, but all they did was unleash a version of me they could never control. I don't bleed for people who wouldn't even clap for me. I don't break for people who'd rather watch me fail than see me free. I'm not driven by spite. I'm fueled by purpose now. Cold purpose. Purpose that doesn't ask for permission or look for peace. Purpose that doesn't beg for a seat at their table. It builds its own kingdom. I've learned that pain is the best personal trainer. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't let you skip reps. It doesn't comfort you with lies. Pain breaks you down, and then it watches to see if you'll get back up. I got back up, again and again and again. Every time someone let me down, I rose. Every time I got played, I focused harder. Every time I got cut, I stopped bleeding and started building. You can't betray a man who no longer needs you. You can't control a man who found power in solitude. The moment I realized that my worth was never in their hands, I became a threat. They lost their grip because I found my spine. I don't need their love. I don't need their loyalty. I don't even need their respect. I am enough war to wipe out their doubt. They underestimated the quiet ones, the ones who don't argue, who don't beg, who don't explain. I'm that silence now, not because I have nothing to say, but because I've got everything to prove. In silence I plan, in silence I build, in silence I stack every failure, every tear, every betrayal, and I forge a throne out of them. You think you know pain? Pain is watching people. You would have taken a bullet for pull the trigger. Pain is smiling at people who secretly pray for your downfall. But I don't let pain own me. I leased it long enough to learn the rules. Now I'm the landlord of my own rage, and I collect every ounce of strength it owes me. I'm not here to fit in. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to reconnect or reconcile. I'm here to win, ruthlessly, quietly, powerfully. And if they're lucky, they'll only hear about it. Because if I show up, that means I've already decided there's no more mercy left. I don't hold grudges, I hold standards. And once you break them, there's no way back. I don't hate you, I erased you. That's the difference. Hatred requires emotion. I'm done giving you that. You don't exist in my world anymore. You're just a footnote in a story about how I built myself from ashes. They'll say I changed. They're right. I did. I changed into someone who doesn't flinch when he's alone. I changed into someone who doesn't get drunk on sweet words. I changed into someone who sees red flags like blood trails and follows them all the way back to peace. I'm not who I was, and that's the point. You know what betrayal really gave me? Freedom. I'm no longer bound to people who were tied to me by lies. I don't carry dead weight just to say I have company. I don't walk with people who don't push me to run. My circle got smaller, but my vision got sharper. My friends got fewer, but my fire got wilder. I don't tell people my moves anymore. They see the results and assume it's magic. Nah, it's just work. Silent work. Relentless work. Work done while they slept, while they partied, while they pretended. I was grinding in the shadows. They thought I died in. And now that I shine, they want to act like they helped build me. Nah, you just provided the fire. I was the fuel. I'm not sorry for cutting you off. I'm not sorry for moving on. I'm not sorry for thriving without you. I was starving in your presence. Now I feast in your absence. You were the distraction, the delay, the disease. And now I'm cured, permanently. I don't care how much time we had. If you betrayed me, you buried yourself. Every time they said I couldn't, I did. Every time they said I was done, I got started. Every time they said I'd fall apart, I built something unbreakable. I don't need revenge. I don't need recognition. I just need the silence that comes when I know they're watching me become everything they said I couldn't. This isn't about them anymore. It's about me. Me becoming relentless. Me becoming sharp. Me becoming so solid that no betrayal can shake me again. I used to be soft, too giving, too forgiving. But that version of me died the day you lied with a smile on your face. The day you hugged me while holding a knife behind my back. The day you watched me suffer and still slept peacefully. And now, I'm wide awake, eyes open, heart locked, vision clear. I'm not cold, I'm focused. I'm not bitter, I'm built. I'm not lost, I'm just no longer willing to be found by the wrong people. I don't speak on everything anymore. Some things deserve silence, some people deserve distance. And some lessons deserve to be carried quietly in the chest like a loaded weapon. The old me would have explained, apologized, tried to make it work. The new me just leaves. No goodbye, no closure. Just absence, loud enough to echo in every room I once filled. I stopped asking why they did it. That question was a trap. The real power came when I started asking why I let them, why I ignored the signs, why I gave so much to people who gave nothing back. That's where the shift happened. That's where I took my power back. Betrayal isn't just about what they did, it's about what you'll never let happen again. You think I'm guarded? Damn right I am. I'm not hard to love. You're just not built to handle someone who doesn't need you. Someone who's been through the fire and learned to keep walking while everything burns behind him. I don't hand out access to my soul like candy anymore. Earn it, or move. Pain didn't just visit me. It moved in. It slept next to me, ate with me, walked with me, until one day I got tired of its company and used it as fuel. Now I wear my scars like armor, not wounds. I don't hide them. I sharpen them into weapons. Every betrayal was a blueprint. Every loss, a lesson. Every lie, a ladder. You can't defeat a man who's no longer afraid of losing. I've already lost more than you can imagine. Friends, family, time, dreams. I buried so much of myself, trying to keep others alive, but I dug it all back up. And now I carry every piece with purpose. I'm not empty, I'm armed. They want you to be civil while they're cutting you with smiles. They want you to be the bigger person while they're bleeding you dry. I'm done playing that game. I don't burn bridges, I detonate them. I don't keep the peace. I am the war that ends the cycle. You don't cross me twice. There's no path back. My time is sacred now. My energy is expensive. My space is earned, not given. I used to be accessible to everyone. Now I'm a ghost. To those who took me for granted, I don't chase. I don't check in. I don't wonder. If you're gone, stay gone. If you left, stay lost. If you lied, stay quiet. I stopped expecting loyalty from people who can't even be honest with themselves. I don't trust words. I watch behavior. I don't get hype. I get results. While you're busy impressing strangers, I'm building a legacy that'll outlive every fake smile you ever threw my way. They want you to fall so they can feel taller. They want you to doubt yourself because they see you climbing. But I don't look down anymore. I don't compete where I don't compare. I'm not running in their race. I'm creating my own arena. One where I'm king. One where betrayal was just the beginning. They whisper about me now. Good. Let them wonder how I got so focused, so cold, so unbothered. Let them try to understand a fire they can't control, a storm they didn't prepare for. I don't exist for their comfort. I exist to fulfill my calling, with or without them. You'll see me quiet, but that doesn't mean I'm weak. It means I'm working. It means I'm plotting. It means I'm writing chapters with blood, sweat, and sacrifice that they'll never understand, because they never had to bleed for anything. I earned this mindset. I paid for it in pain, and I'm not giving it up for anyone. Some nights I still feel the ghosts of what they did, the words, the silence, the fake love. But then I look around at what I've built, who I've become, and I realize they didn't win. They never stood a chance. Because I'm still here, stronger, sharper, more focused than ever. And they're just a memory fading in the rear view of a life they'll never be part of again. I used to want closure. I used to want an explanation. I used to sit there, asking myself what I did wrong, but not anymore. Now I understand that some people leave because they were never built to stay. Some people betray you because they were never capable of loyalty. And some people lie because the truth would kill the image they sold you. I stopped trying to make sense of nonsense. I stopped digging through wreckage for pieces that were never mine to rebuild. When they left, they took the version of me that needed them, and that's fine. Because what's left is a version of me that doesn't flinch, doesn't fold, doesn't break. I don't care what they say about me. I care what I build without them. I care what I achieve in spite of their doubt. I care about every step I take alone that echoes louder than their applause ever could. I'm not bitter, I'm busy. I'm not angry, I'm ascending. I'm not lost, I just left the places. They thought I'd stay stuck in. You don't have to prove them wrong. Just prove yourself right. Let their absence be the motivation. Let their lies fuel your precision. Let their silence remind you that you are the noise. You are the disruption, the awakening, the threat they pretend doesn't exist because facing you means facing their failure. They thought you'd stay broken, stay silent, stay down. And for a while, you did. But then something shifted. The pain didn't hurt the same. The loneliness didn't scare you anymore. And the memories lost their power. That was the beginning, the moment you stopped waiting for someone to pick you up and started standing on your own. I found power in discipline, in routine, in keeping promises to myself. While they were partying, I was planning. While they were lying, I was learning. While they were laughing, I was leveling up. And now they watch from the stands, while I build empires on the fields they abandoned. I'm not impressed by status anymore, not moved by talk, not distracted by appearances. I watch energy. I read patterns. I measure loyalty in silence, in sacrifice, in consistency. You can't just show up when it's convenient and expect a throne. You didn't bleed for. I've outgrown temporary people with permanent access. They thought I was finished, but I was just recalibrating. They thought I was weak because I was quiet, but I was just watching, calculating, preparing. You can't destroy what's already been through hell and came back with fire in its eyes. I don't fear the fall, I fear settling, and that's why I keep climbing. Every step forward is a message to the ones who doubted me. I'm not coming back, not to the pain, not to the past, not to the place where I had to beg to be seen. I see myself now. And that's enough, more than enough. Because once you become your own anchor, no storm can move you. I carry every betrayal like a medal now, not out of pride, but out of proof. Proof that I survived, that I adapted, that I transformed pain into power and scar tissue into strategy. I don't regret what they did. I'm grateful for the fire. Without it, I would have never learned to burn. Brighter than the darkness they left me in. The strongest version of me was forged in silence, in solitude, in nights where sleep was replaced with strategy, in days where smiles were armor and the world had no mercy. And yet, I rose, every time, because that's what they couldn't kill. The will, the vision, the relentless drive to keep becoming more. I no longer break for people who wouldn't even bend for me. I don't prioritize people who treated me like an option. I don't explain my growth to those who chose to stay small. I just move, in silence, in strength, in absolute certainty that the man they tried to destroy no longer exists. He's been replaced with fire, with steel, with purpose. And if they're still watching, I hope they're taking notes. Because this time, I'm not coming to make amends. I'm coming to conquer. I don't just walk away anymore. I leave footprints that can't be erased. I don't just succeed. I make it hurt that they gave up on me. I don't just rise. I do it so loud they can't sleep. Every breath I take in strength is one they thought I'd never have. And that's the real revenge. Not becoming like them, but becoming untouchable to them. You can't reach a man who learned to feed himself in starvation. You can't manipulate a mind that's already faced its demons. You can't control a soul that chose solitude over slavery. I don't need closure. I closed the door myself. I don't need explanation. The silence spoke loud enough. I don't need payback. My peace is already the victory. There's a calm that comes after chaos. A stillness that only those who've survived the storm understand. I don't argue, I don't prove, I don't warn. I just disappear from everything that threatens my growth. My attention is power, and I don't give that power away freely anymore. I've learned that not every loss is a loss. Sometimes it's liberation. Sometimes the people you miss were blocking the blessings you needed. And once they're gone, everything begins. That was my story. My beginning didn't start with celebration. It started with collapse, with silence, with betrayal. But that was just the fire that melted everything fake off me. Now, every day is war. Not with others, but with who I was yesterday. Every morning I wake up with one goal. Don't be that man again. Don't be the one who waited, who wavered, who wanted them to come back. Be the man who moves without permission, who speaks without fear, who builds without apology. The people who betrayed me were just characters in a chapter. But I'm writing the book now. And it doesn't end with bitterness. It ends with power, with legacy, with everything they said I'd never be. I turned their doubt into discipline, their silence into strategy, their distance into direction. And the best part? I'm just getting started. They thought that was my final form, but I've got versions they'll never even get to witness. Levels they'll never touch. Heights they can't imagine because they stopped climbing. The moment it got difficult, I don't quit, I don't pause, I don't flinch. I keep showing up, for me, for the fire inside, for every version of me they tried to kill, for every silent night I sat in pain, planning my escape, for every dream they laughed at, every word they twisted, every goodbye they thought would destroy me. Look at me now. I don't need you to clap. I don't need you to care. I don't even need you to know. Just watch. Watch me become everything you swore I couldn't. Watch me build without you, win without you, rise without you. Not because I hate you, but because I finally love me. And that's what Betrayal built.